Namaste. Very welcome, everyone. There's so many things that can be discussed always, no? But I prefer to discuss that which is relevant for you, uh, either in the form of the sharing in the moment for all of us, or in the form of interaction with all of you. No? So I would like to begin with the interaction. If anybody want to talk to me.
Namaste, Rajee. Want to continue this explore with comfortable and attachment. So I was telling that time, like if I am comfortable, it means I am going more lazy state. So it is now I just keep my attention to be not lazy but not stress also. So somehow keep in balance or alert mode, you can say. Another thing I found attachment. So for attachment also need to be more alert. Where is my attachment pull me? Uh, like in past experience actually. Attachment, I feel like attachment is a past connected with past experience. So I want to explore in this both aspect of the life because this is a main thing in like in our life because either we are attached to anything or we are more comfortable with things.
True,
So,
true.
see.
Very nice topic. As you already covered the comfortable part, that not stressed but also not comfortable. This is the key. The key is somewhere in the middle, where we keep ourselves in a sweet manner stressed, you know, or maybe a bit fiery comfortable. Any language can be used for it, but that is that middle point where we are not being pulled or getting going towards the pull of the ego, and also we are not too much pushing ourselves to break out of the ego, you know in a way too much like stressed or painful or disturbing, no. So that you have covered already, that the middle point. How to attain that middle point, of course, is a very difficult thing, because our middle point may be still the middle point, but maybe not giving us the maximum. You know, to understand this, let's say we have decided that we want to kind of develop a strength of the muscles of the hands and legs, let's say. So for that we are doing a specific exercise for legs and hands, okay, let's say, which could include weight lifting or a certain type of stretching, push-ups, jumping, or anything. No? There, what happens is that you we would know that it's going to take, like, say, will be a set goal of 1 month. No, that in 1 month I want to attain that. Based on that, we will break it into 30, like, that whole effort divided into 30. And if we are going morning, evening, then divided into 60. Now, every attempt, every session has to be justified. Where what you will do is that we will not really try to do the minimum, rather we will try to do the maximum. No? and keeping in mind that this maximum will bring stress and sweet pain in my muscles, but it should not bring so much pain or bitter pain that I am not able to do that exercise tomorrow, because I really want to attain it and I have to go all the way. Not only covering all the 60 sessions, but also actually gaining that strength, not just for the namesake that, okay, I did 60 sessions, but nothing happened. No. So for that desire, that clarity, that integrity of the desire is going to function like a wisdom for you. That, hey, I think I can do better, I can do more. Or, oh my God, I think I'm doing a little too much, I have to relax a little bit, catch a break, like this. In the similar way, the sadhana can be done also in this way, like that we are not too relaxed, we are not too lazy, we are not too comfortable, but also we are not too stressed. It's a very simple thing. Everybody knows this. It's just that we have to apply that which we already know. Now it's time to apply, not just think about it. Yes, we know that we know it. Now let's use what we know about it. No, it's about that. So when we apply this, what will happen? Our attachment, you can say, or our habitual way of being will come in the way. Meaning that is like our habitual way of being or personal way of being is basically extremist. It like to go to the extremes, either too lazy, like too comfortable, or too stressed. It likes that, you know, because in that sense of identity survives. In the extremes, the sense of identity survives. In the middle, only the soul that you are is highlighted and revealed. The individuality of the soul also in the body, mind, and the individual life, very beautifully lived. No? So avoid the extremes. This is the message, which is a fundamental message. It's not first time I'm giving. No? It's a fundamental message. Avoid the extremes and continue avoiding the extremes. No? Like every basis, every session basis. No? So this is that. Other thing you said, attachment. No? Let us try to understand what exactly is attachment. No? Because my feeling is that we have two type of possible attachments, categorically. Item wise maybe many, but one that is coming from the desire of being that you are, the being that we are, no? Coming from our desire to live in the form, live this individual life. This is one. Like directly this is coming from our being and reaching to our body, mind, and functioning like activity, like converted into activity, like a flow of series of activities, no? Including thinking and planning and everything also, but all one. This is one. Here we will need to be attached to the body, mind, to the thought, feelings, to the activity sufficiently, like taking ownership of it, getting involved with it, mixing with it sufficiently. This is a healthy attachment. It happens in the moment. And in this moment, the soul is fully attached to the body, mind, and doing that activity. And then, after that activity, it actually is free now to fall back into its truth. Free in the sense that if it doesn't do anything, if it doesn't do another activity immediately after this activity, it will tend to fall back into its nature. And let's say even if it has another activity in line already immediately, which is going to be the normal scenario of life, because every day we have one, even then there will be a gap in which you will feel like being pulled back. Most of you being pulled back. It still is going to be like a new activity, like a fresh attempt. Everything will be reset and washed in a way. All the cups, all the utensils, everything will be washed. So this is that way of the being to live life. Here also attachment happens, but it is happening within the will, within that desire of the soul. Because to be in the form is to have the desire to be in the form, isn't it? And to have desire to be in the form and to be in the form includes living in the form also. So living from the form also, and all of that is one thing, is one thing. And this whole one thing is connected to the present. It is lived or attained in the present. Living individually is attained in the present. Meaning using the present abilities of body mind, using the present state of body mind, using the present circumstances of life also. No? So this is one. It is also attachment from the fundamental point of view, but it is not really attachment. No? So we can say this is not attachment, this is just living as the being. No? Because if you can become detached from what you are attached right now, it is not attachment. No? So this is not attachment. So what is attachment? Let's understand now then. Meaning what is actual real attachment which causes trouble to us. In different ways we have spoken about it. It is basically attachment to the past. But I'm interested in exploring it, how exactly it is implemented in existence. No, this is what my interest. Let's not take it personally, mine or yours. No, we don't take it like this. We just look at it neutrally, that what exactly is attachment and how it happens, so that I can learn if I want to be free. No? Because what happens when we have attachment, in the scenario which I have shared, in the way of the being, what happens? It is like a heavy weight on our shoulder, in our backpack, when we are climbing a mountain. And the backpack, the heavy weight, does not really have lunch box, nice juice, sandwiches or anything. It is just stones. No? Which when we will reach there and we will need something, we will try to open the bag and see if there is anything useful for me. We will not find anything there. No? Or in the middle also. I need water, maybe, because it's so heavy, there must be some water. No, there is no water also. So our attachment to the past is that heaviness, that stones, which are causing us not let us flow, do things effortlessly, or with much less effort. Everything becomes difficult to do in the moment, and we don't know why. That why, answer to why is attachment to the past actually. Meaning most of our energy, we are an energy being. Most of our energy is consumed in the past. So very less energy is available to the present, for the present. That's why any activity of the present looks like a very big activity or more difficult. The more energy we have in the present, the less difficult anything is. At some point we have so much energy in the present that nothing is difficult. Everything looks like okay, it's fine. So how exactly this attachment happens? I will really like to give a simple example as we can and have a fresh look as much as we can. Let's say I will have some water now, okay? And let's say during this time when I had water, I had a little bit feeling to have one more sip, and somehow I ignored it, and it was registered in my mind now. Now I'm talking to you, and one portion of my energy is kind of, can I have a sip? Can I have a sip? And also another portion of my energy may say, hey, it's kind of not appropriate to have a sip now. You should have had that sip that time, no? So now there is an inner conflict going on. This is just one glimpse of how in thousands of ways past can happen inside us. It's an imbalance basically, fundamentally. Like we did not live that moment well. Resulted in some kind of incompletion happening in the consciousness, and consciousness being that we are detecting that there is some incompletion. Now that portion of you which is caught up in the incompletion right now is not available to live this moment. Now living of this moment is again going to cause a sense of incompletion in you. No? Now there are 2 units of you caught up in the sense of incompletion. Let's say you are even 1 million units of energy. Still you will not be 100%, you will not feel I'm 100% into what I'm doing. No? If you are conscious, you will notice it very easily. And what has happened over the period that as we have lived life continuously, we have ignored not living of life completely in the moment. And that has got created a pool of discontentment, like a huge pool of discontentment inside us. So that is causing a attachment to that which mostly is not happening in the present moment. So this is what is attachment of the past. This attachment of the past means is coming from the past, and it is for the past also, because that scene of life is never happening now and never going to happen also. Life never repeats itself exactly the same way. So what is the way to be free from the past? Meaning from the attachment, no? Different ways we have tried revisiting it, like psychologically let us revisit it, energetically let us revisit it, no? Consciously let us look at it. Different ways. All of us will do our work to become relatively free from it, but mainly the real work that actually causes everything to disappear completely and back to the way of the being, healthy, happy, and blissful continuously every day, is living in the present. And now let us go back to the same scenario that lot of you, let's say 60, 70, 80% of you is lost in the past. Lost means caught up because of misunderstanding. Not that you are bad or something, just because of misunderstanding. Only 10-20% of you is available now to be lived. What we call conscious mind is that 10-20%. Technically, what we call 10-20% is that conscious mind, what we call ourself. That's why we don't have so much of a say in this house of body mind in life. No? We also know that I will say that I will do it for rest of my week, these things, and I know I will be challenged and I will give up. No, why? Because of this. So our ancestors, I feel, found a way called determination, sankalpa. That once I decide doing something, I'm just not going to not do it unless I myself decide. No? Meaning I will not give up just for the sake of some feeling happening inside me, some thought happening inside me, something happening inside me. No. In normal conditions, I'm not going to give up. And that what it does, it pulls us from the unconsciousness into the conscious. No? The conscious becomes bigger, unconscious becomes smaller. No? So less of you caught up in the past, more of you available in the present. No? This was one method used. I say we can combine this method with living in the present. So using this power of determination or sankalp or will to be in the present, to attend what we are having right now. No? Like life happens in the present, meaning always life is happening in the present only and not anywhere else. There is no life happening anywhere else, ever. Even that which we are caught up in inside us is not some past somewhere. It's not a reality really. It is only a reality as long as you, the being, is living it, because you are the being, you are truth. You can give life to anything. No? Whenever you give value to something, it gets life from you. No? Like this. So this is the only best way found so far, that bring back yourself to the present, and again and again and again and again, and do nothing else. And you will find yourself being pulled from all of that, where we feel confused or stuck or divided, or like basically we feel like I could have done better. We always feel that I'm not complete. We always feel that I have not I'm not supremely happy. No. In Zen, there is a saying, when the shoe fits, that is not felt. It looks like click has not happened. It feels like this. Like as if I had to imagine the click. It was just graphical, no sound happened, no feeling came. No. But that will happen when we are in the present and we are sufficiently free from the past. Where is past? Past is our own grudges, own sense of incompletion being attended by us right now. No. With the hope that I can fix it. Yes, we can, but not in that way, but in this way. No. We can fix everything only in the present, because present is the only real opportunity given by life for us to do anything. Anything. Whether fixing the past or appreciating the present as it is, or knowing the truth of who we are. Yes. So, do you feel that this explanation is useful for you?
Yes, it is very useful and very much clear also. It is very, very helpful.
Ah,
Thank
very
you.
good. Thank you.
Ji, can I explore one more thing? While you explaining about comfortable, that time you say not too much. So my question is, if I do too much, and if I spend myself completely, what I am doing. So what is the difference between this spend myself or doing excess, like, this, because spend myself is also seems like I have to, do fully, and another way not do too much, but I don't know what the difference in is. Seems like both situation is same, but it is a. Please explain about it.
I also don't know the answer of it. Let's see. Let's see. No. Let's look into it right now. When I suggest or I share that let us spend ourselves fully into what we are doing. What it means is that whole of ourself, who is right now aware of itself, that much portion of the consciousness, who has become aware of itself, is called who we are. I am this. I am doing this. No. So this you spend whole of yourself in what you are doing right now. Then you will not be able to spend yourself in the past, or not. And by doing so, you will somehow be taking away life from the past that lives in you and reducing the power of the ego or power of the mind, unconscious mind. No? And as a result, more of you will become free from that. Yeah, like you are setting yourself free from the past also, while you are whole of yourself spending yourself into the present. So then more of yourself will be available to join you in the present next time. So this is one thing, okay. The other thing, to remain in the middle, is not really connected directly or comparable directly with this. It is that when we are living not completely as who we are, like whole of ourself has not been claimed by us yet, lot of portion of ourself is stuck in the past and creating distortion in our understanding, in our wisdom, that time we are in a weak state of being, and we tend to be pulled by one thing or the other. That one thing or the other is one of the extremes, either too less or too much. So for that, it is suggested that stay in the middle. Always keep trying to refine the middle point, like more middle, more middle, more middle, so that we don't lose energy or opportunity and time. No? In this way, it is said. So both are complementing each other, but they are not comparable as one to one. They are not alternates of each other. No? Yeah.
Yes, so uh, when we do excess, like too much, that time we are not in present state, and we just do according to mind is pulling to do things, and So when we come in center and like not too much, not too less, so we should come in the present. Then we are more doing balance thing.
Yes, true.
And this, and I think when we spend ourselves, this is also like same. Then I can connect the dot.
No, no, there's a difference between trying to spend ourselves and succeeding in spending ourselves. There's a difference. When we are trying to spend ourselves, that time this practice of remaining in the middle will help us. When we are succeeding in spending ourselves, then we are in the middle only. No, we cannot spend ourselves from anywhere else, because only middle is that ground from where the being that we are can bring out the fresh energy. No? Rest, you are just using the available energy of the body mind, no? Or you, the being, can actually connect to life. That is the middle. No? Yeah. So they are in this way also. I think well understood. Thank you. Very, very nice.
So key is living in the present moment.
Eh?
Living in the present moment is the key of all. Everything.
What happens? Funny is like a joke of for the seekers also. Is that why can I just check? Can I get one thing and just follow this and then do nothing else and it will take care of everything? Yes, there are many such one things. And then we choose one of such one thing. Okay, I'll just be in the present and do nothing else. But our habit does not let us follow the practice. No, this is the problem. You see what I mean? Then we feel this practice is not for me. I have to find something else. Yeah. I have a question. You have to cross a river. Okay, river is like deep, not maybe flooded, but deep. Right now, not flooded. Maybe flooded later, anytime as you start crossing it. But and either there is no boat, or the boat that you see is like broken boat. Like you have to keep one foot on the floor so that water does not enter, while you have to use the other hand for both the hands, no, for rowing the boat and all. No? Will you reach to the other shore? The answer of this question is not yes or no. It is actually not. The answer is that it is not the boat which reaches to the other shore. It is the desire of the one who want to. No. So tools are not really primary. Approaches, understandings are not primary. It is the desire of the one who want to reach to the other shore, isn't it? That one can even swim if no boat is there. No. Those who swim, they leave some kind of footprints. They become techniques, no? Later, isn't it? Why don't we swim together and see? And rather than following a technique, create a technique, no? Like this. Possible, really. So please understand that it's not really the techniques. It is the desire, intensity, commitment to that desire, no? That succeeds. So thank you. Very nice talking to you. Anna, you want to talk?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
To continue with the topic,
Yeah.
something fits very good, which would have been a question anyway today, with being present in the moment and attachments. So attachments like vices or like smaller things, like what you were saying with drinking water and then wanting another sip. These can be somehow, for me, seen easily, and they also get dropped easy. or maybe not easy, but with a little bit of effort. But there is, of course, these things that are deeper, and some of them may be inherited from previous lives, or just blind spots, which in my case I cannot even I guess what they are, because I can see where the leak of energy happens, yes, and how, but they keep pulling from the present moment, and unless it is like in the past, the master would say, like, yes, this is the thing and this is what you have to solve, and then, you know, like then you will conquer yourself back or something like that, right? So unless it's very clear what they are, it kind of pulling the attention, or this 60% what you were talking about, it keeps pulling this, like leaking the energy from spending ourselves and from being present in the moment. So that's one part. And then the other part is what I have been observing, is that when we do kind of know what this big attachment is, there is still some kind of maybe not attachment, but like hope, which is so crazy, it's so infantile, that, well, maybe it will happen, like in the future, and it is very benign, but it is still it's still a pull. So with Grace happened a few times was this big disappointment, and I'm kind of yearning for this disappointment right now, which is like, forget about it, it will never happen, and because it is like you say, that this past moment, it can never come back, and you can never make it better now, like you can never, it's not from here, because you can only live the perfect moment now. But this big disappointment usually came for me somehow with Grace. It was like, I don't even know from where it came. It came with a lot of like really with tears and big sadness, because it is like, it will just never happen. This loss, it will never be fixed, not like how we expect. Yeah, so sorry for this long monologue, but maybe you can say something about it, or help me have this big disappointment.
You are right, actually. In the seekers of truth have always appreciated the disturbance caused by life very much, because it kind of shocks them and wakes them up for the moment, which is so important for them. From there, they can pick up in a way, like they can get up, they can upgrade themselves, they can reach to a more higher state of consciousness, and then they can remain there, and then so many things are solved already in one go. No? Meaning, not for everyone, but some beings really feel that it is very useful for me, even at the cost of feeling disturbed. Still, I am being upgraded, no, and being made free. No? So you are right in this way, but it is not really something which can be done by on demand, because then you are prepared for it, and then it will not have the effect. No? This is the problem. You need to be caught unprepared for this to happen. But there is another way. There are many things inside us, we call many desires and feelings, no? Which are catching us, like, taking over. Why? Try to see this clearly. Because we have been living in those roles or similar type of roles, even if they were not our desires, they were picked up by us as a reasonable and good desire. If we can start experiencing the purity of who we are, we will see the difference between them and us. We will see the difference that this is not really my desire and it can never be my desire. And the moment we see this difference, it will become something totally different from us. Like there is no possibility of attachment or oneness with it anymore. And that's the way to remove it. It can pull us because we have connection with it in a way. What you are calling hope, from where it comes? It comes unconsciously from that connection with it. Like I could not complete this in past, I can complete or fulfill it now. So it is an unconscious desire for fulfillment coming here that is keeping us holding it. Like maybe this time I will do it. Maybe just quickly for 5 minutes I finish and then I go back to my sadhana, go back to my awakening. No? And if it was really genuinely your desire, it was nothing wrong in that to have for it to happen like that. But the problem is that it is not your desire. You have to see this. It is called bhoot. You know? Bhoot means past. We need to be free from past. Bhoot is not just the past like memory. Bhoot is something which has come to existence out of the memory now. No? Something is living as real inside us. That is bhoot. No? Like an actual voice, like an actual desire, like an actual power. No? Live your pure being more and more and more. And from here, continue living in the present, ignoring everything else. Even if get pulled, no problem. Forget it. Move on. You are in this method creating a new life, life of the being, not life of past. No? And it is only going to bring more fulfillment in you, more joy, happiness in you, and more hope for the right way of being. And your hope, all of your hope will be pulled back from there. No? Because it is not a problem to experience anything in existence for the being that you are. But trying to experience something in the way of ego basically is trying to experience something in a distorted manner. Distorted, you understand? In Hindi we call it vikrat. Something which has got distorted. That which has got distorted cannot bring fulfillment, ever. It can bring only more distortion to the soul. And more such desires after that. Like it is said that somebody was caught stealing a guava from neighbor's tree. Young man, like grown up. He said, "What are you doing?" Neighbor said, "What are you doing? Do you feel this is good thing? Like, don't you feel shame that I caught you now? How do you feel?" He said, "I really feel very embarrassed, like ashamed, really." The neighbor said, "Why did you do in the first place?" He said, "Somehow, I just felt like this." Why you did not buy it? Because they are so cheap here. Because everywhere in everybody's house, your own house also, you have a guava tree. He said, actually, buying from the market or getting from my own tree does not have that kind of, taste to it, which when I steal from your farm. So it's not the guava, it is the stealing which gives me taste, he said like this. But when we develop taste for this is what is personal life, living as a person. This life can give you a attraction, a hope that it will be so nice when I steal a guava. But you never have that kind of peacefulness and availability to this moment that you can enjoy it. You are always in a restlessness, in a hurry. And those who are restful in the being and in the present, even the most mundane things of this world give us such deep contentment to the soul. They feel I am living life even when I am having a glass of water or just breathing. I am living life. I am living the life part of the breathing. Such deep contentment. So it is a distortion. Ego is a distortion. Let us understand this also. What do you feel? Is it you are able to understand, connect to it?
Yes, it is. I can understand everything you are saying. Another question through what you were saying came up. So, if the desire for this, like stealing, what you were just describing, is distorted, it means it is a distorted desire of a true desire. So, is there such a thing like a soul desire, or?
Yes, there is.
And what would it be like?
You will know in the moment. When you will connect to the present moment and life will respond to it accordingly. Because this is one thing, the desire of the soul and the circumstances of life are one thing. They are serving one desire. That is the desire or will of God. In the will of God, we are not necessarily supposed to be nothing, zero, immediately in the first place or all the time. No, we become somebody also. We play a role also. We enjoy life also. We live something also. No? But we don't go out of the will of God. We don't go out of the harmony. We don't go out of the blissfulness, out of the sense of oneness. We never feel that dividedness of the doership or thinker or experiencer. Living the individual life free from personal desires and distortions is basically living in the will of God. But it's a very pure life, pure in the sense of purity, not in the sense of piousness. No? Like pure life, like it is only life, nothing else. It's only life, no distortions. No, no habit or like hangover. There is no hangover. It is fresh morning every day. You see, ego is hangover actually also. And we have developed a lifestyle out of hangover, like a hangover lifestyle of hangover. You know. Now, lifestyle of hangover, we all know. Meaning, I have also worked in companies, and I also have tested it. No, like sleeping very late, waking up very late, going to the office late, then first thing immediately strong coffee, and then you know. So it's like that is that lifestyle of ego. No. I hope you understand now. Is it not an idea that how the soul can have desires? What soul will do if it doesn't have desires? It remain as like as zero, like as absolute emptiness. And then afterward, what it will do? Meaning you are saying that the ocean must remain always still water, no waves. Why not? Why not? I am is a wave of the ocean of the one being of life. Then there are further waves also in within the I am called the desires. No? No? And minus no distortion, minus no sense of division, no sense of individual separate self, no sense of separate self. Individual self, yes, separate self, no. There is a difference. Separate self is a claim that I am the source of my own self, my own life. Individual self is the experience of the same self, one self, no? Where it doesn't feel that I am rooted in this body only, or source of my energy for this body is within the body only. No, it doesn't say that. Do you feel that it makes it more clear to you?
Yes, yes. I can just and lately I'm doing it. It's like how Guruji says, focus on the road.
Focus on the road.
Focus on the road. Just whenever it's like, focus on the road.
Uh, you are going to do it anyway, whether today or after few days, months or years, no? Because there is no other way. That other way is what is the distortion in the wisdom, which is giving us the impression that what desires I have right now is a way. It's a not a way, it's a no way, it's a no way. It's not a way, it's a no way. It should be a no go, but it is a go so many times. Being conscious is the way. Being aware, being conscious, being aware means being wise. That no, this is not the option. I don't eat sweets so much, no, because I just this is how it feels. And I was offered a sweet yesterday. Oma has brought no, it's kaju barfi, no, kaju katli. I just said, okay, I will have half of it, and then afterward I felt, wow, that's so nice. Let's have more. Not more like many, just the other half part of it. Even our body has a wisdom if we allow it. If we remain in the present and do nothing else, all the wisdom of all the levels start waking up, and it knows really how much is too much, how much is too less, and what is the middle. Huh? Focus on the road basically for me is focus on yourself. This is what I said to you, live the purity of your being. This is the answer. Because your purity of being also not only give you the taste of bliss, but also it wakes up your wisdom, where you know that this is not okay, this is a no-go. In this side, no-go. Because if you go, you will get a ticket. When we get too many tickets, we run out of money for sandwich and everything on the road, on the side sometime. No? We need. One interesting thing we were talking yesterday, uh, that why, let's say we are walking somewhere, let's say walking on the beach or anywhere, why our attention goes to so many things there, or internally particularly, why our attention is going to so many thoughts and feelings inside us, or why in the first place there are so many thoughts inside us. The reason is that we are not doing our thing for which we have come. Our thing is that individual, unique life that that the one soul of life want to live. It just want to be absorbed in itself, while um, while joining others, but as a secondary, not primary. No, primary, the soul and its individual life. It's very unique attitude, not attitude, but qualities and abilities and everything. No, they are supposed to develop. They are supposed to be lived. We are supposed to express from there. So absorbed in ourselves that we have no time for these things. So who is doing what, why, what others are doing, and what. So basically, we are not living life. As a person, we are not living life. We are just comparing, looking at others, either afraid of them or trying to make them afraid in one way or the other. So we are not living our life. We are not living individual life, which we are supposed to live within the coexistence. We are living more like a collective, personal, egoic life. You know, collective egoic life we are living. No? This mind and in which we are living is like a supported by or part of the collective personhood. That's not really living life. It's just spending it. Life is spent, we get no contentment or fulfillment or joy or happiness. Even if, Anna, you can live one moment very deeply, meaning as deeply as I'm referring to, or I'm recalling or living or experiencing, you will have no bargaining in you anymore, that whether this desire is fine or not, whether I should go wait for it to be fulfilled or not. This much even can wake up your wisdom enough to see that all of that is absolutely useless. Because it will be like a foreign element for you, like vijatiya, something not of the same nature. It just does not fit. You will simply feel. Doesn't matter what it promises to give me. It simply does not fit. So this is also important. Really, really feel the purity of being and really attempt to live the present moment and see what happens. Then you will see what I'm saying. If it is like sometime this and sometime that, then we have not gone deep in the present moment yet enough. Then we are within the mind. Within the mind means within the option to be in the past or to be in the present. No? Go beyond the mind. Go beyond the option to be in the present or the past. Just for some time. Put an alarm maybe. That okay, afterward I will go back to the past or the ego model or the mind model again. No? That's okay. But just for some time, for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, not going anywhere. What I call dhyan, fundamental meditation, is also remaining in the present, not living anything else, just living ourselves. No? It also serves the similar purpose, by the way. Because you feel so contented. Because by living life, we feel contented. By living truth, we feel blissful. No other way. All of our desires are basically desire to live life, to taste life, no? Which can be tasted right this moment and every moment like this. No? Then why I should wait for my desires to be fulfilled, which are from the past? Is it not a caught up? I am caught up then. No? I should be free from this through understanding. Not that I should be negotiating with the past that, okay, how much is okay and how much is too much. No, all of it is not okay. It's a symbolic saying in the spiritual context. Ya hansa moti chuge, ya langan mar jaye. Meaning, either the swan will eat the pearl and or it will die hungry. Like this. Meaning, either the swan of the soul will eat only truth or will die hungry, but will not eat false now. This is for those who want to be completely free now. Very, very fast. No? That they can say to themselves inside that now either I will live truth or will die, but I will not live false now anymore. Meaning I will not taste false anymore. False will remain in me, but I will not live it. It's an amazing message actually, if understood well. Thank you. Very nice talking to you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So far it's going very well. Like there is a feeling, like a feel to be able to connect, to explore, to live something real. No? Very, very nice. Diva, you want to talk?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
My question, I have asked this question many times,
Ah.
and it always happens when I am in Satsang. I come for Satsang with you, and I always wonder this, that how does it happen that when it's as if you invite us, or I'll talk about myself, you invite me, and there is no mind. There is like complete no mind, and I will sit and I'm like, this is magical, and I just wonder how does it happen? And like it often, and the way the resemblance that I find is, when we enter a temple in India, at least when you enter a sacred space, uh, the moment you step onto the step and enter inside, something just becomes, it's as if we have known this space for a very long time. So I was like, I do just sitting, as you have recommended, that do just sitting. And sometimes I also play your recording, or I keep you in my mind, and I keep you as a thought when I'm beginning. But it's really a totally different experience when I come in a meeting with you. And I always wonder, how does this happen, Rajee? It's like I've heard you say that we all are like, we are the same. But it's not the same. It's like, it's as if you are more at that one beingness is felt more with you, which cannot be felt so far in me. I just want to, like, if we can either do some form of meditation, or if you can just speak about this, that will be good too.
Oh, okay. Um, Thank you that you appreciate. What I feel what happens is that in me there is no desire to live in the old way of being, but also there is no way left in me to live in the old way of being also. I don't have an option, for example, first of all, to live as the old way of being. That has some effect also. No, that causes some effect in the sense of a openness of energy, but sometimes we call it presence also. No? But that is more of a explanation of it. The real experience of basically it is that when you, a seeker of truth, who is also the same being, no, comes and comes with the desire that hey, I want to open up, I want to live the truth. You are able to, like you are supported by that you know, that state of my being, indirectly. Then also by talking and like that, like you are interested in being in that state of being in which I am finding myself to be here. Plus our interest to meet each other also. It's a very important thing. Not that okay, we are just sitting quietly. I damn care who is this Rajee. I damn care who is this Diva. Not like this. No, very looking at each other, like connecting really, accepting or living the presence of each other also. No, that also has that effect. Like we acknowledge that hey, you are here, Diva. How nice to see you. Hey, Rajee, you are here. So it's an actual thing. You are an actual soul. I'm an actual soul also. No? We are just talking souls. We are souls talking in the body. No? You will see this miracle one day when you will fully open up to the truth of who you are. So this being the soul somehow gets facilitated here. You are able to fall back into the truth of who you are and feel happy. And that's why you are saying it's different. No? And it is different actually. It's a facility, it's a support, no, given, and you are using well. I feel so very very nice. But also try to learn again and again every session, not like over the period, but every session also like enjoy, enjoy this facility, enjoy this support, that you are able to live the being and your own being and happy about it, but also learn that how can I do better when I'm not in satsang also. Like on my own, how I can make it better. Always learn a little bit, either directly talking or indirectly also. That learning part is where your mind has to be refined in a way. Mind means your understanding about it has to be refined. Because right now your understanding about it is not complete or sufficient that you are able to fall back into your being in this way, the way you fall back here in satsang. No? For example, when you will succeed in dhyan, in just sitting meditation, you will enter in satsang. No? Even there where you will be alone. No? And you will feel, hey, I'm feeling the same thing now. Maybe not exact same thing, but you will know that yes, this is what I was waiting for, this is what I was working for. No? So dhyan and satsang really is connected to each other. Dhyan being the beginning of it, satsang being the completion or fulfillment of it. No? Like being the being, living as the being, no? But more naturally, not with effort. Dhyan is satsang with effort. Satsang is dhyan without effort. No? You can say in a way. Yeah. So enjoy the dhyan without effort right now and know that you can also attain it in your own time. Is this what you were asking or?
Yeah, Raji, this is on the lines of what I was asking. And said, come more open to the truth. Coming open to the truth. And what does it mean to become open to the truth? Becoming available to the truth or open to the truth? Does it only mean that saying yes to the living as the truth? Is that what it is, or it's something else?
Let us take some kind of simple, relatable example that will make it easier to understand. And that, let's say, when you say yes to healthy food, does it mean just you say yes to healthy food, but you do not say no to junk food? Does it mean like this? No. Saying yes to healthy food includes saying no to the junk food also, or not? Or at the thought level, when saying yes to the healthy food, does not include saying no to the junk food, because the body craving, oh, I want this. So technically, you will say that theoretically it's a yes for the healthy food, but maybe tomorrow. Today, this is like, it's not a sandwich, it's not a pizza. It's like a sandwich and pizza at the same time. I cannot miss it. But then there's another time when you are no. Wholeheartedly or holistically, I'm saying yes to the healthy food. Then you go to a restaurant, very nice food, everything, and even it's a party, like a birthday party, or you don't have to pay or something, and yet you feel no. Because you have started tasting the health at the body mind level, or you have started tasting the sweetness of your decision towards it already. No? Like it's a final thing for you. Because you have seen the ins and out of the junk food and its effect on you. No? So in this way, if you put this, what you are saying, that what Anna was also saying, that as if we have a hope from that old way still. And we should not suppress it, we should see it through it. Like see and consciously look at it. Like it says that I will give you 1. You imagine it will give you 100 of that which it gives you. But is it still useful for you? That is how you should look. No? Not like, oh, I don't want to have desires. I don't want to have these desires. That's not how one becomes free. No? Awareness makes us free. Wisdom makes us free. Clear seeing makes us free. Not suppression, no? Or pushing away, no, anything. See through it, what it gives really. As long as we feel, no, there is something nice about being in the ego, then obviously we will be attracted towards it. When we talk like this, about it looks like the ego is something, like a opponent fighting with us. No. When you have craving for junk food, when you have decided for healthy food, is junk food your enemy? Or your craving your enemy? Or is it a person? Is it a being? It is not a being, no? It is the power of habit only, no? In the same way, ego's power is power of habit only, no? Let's not make it mega. Let it be simple, ordinary. It's a very ordinary, simple thing. You are the mega superior being. Ego is just your habit. Remember yourself and live happily. No, like this. This is my outlook. Please say anything.
Yeah, Rajee, I can relate to this. I feel what it all boils down to is uh, the decision, and then the gates open.
And
That's what, and the gates open. Once the
in the gate.
decision is,
Oh yes. Totally. When you have decided, let's say, to wake up in the morning, go for a nice walk. Let's say in the park where you want to go, there is some function going on, not available, it is closed or something. but still you are in the park now. Tomorrow maybe, in time maybe, but you are already there now. You have started living that beauty now already. Meaning you have started preparing yourself in a way. Internally, the being has started preparing itself, its body, mind, and everything. You will start checking your shoe, cleaning them. If I'm not going out, let me just wash my track pant and cap and everything. How it will be like. You are just thinking about it, living it. You know, this is what you are very right actually. Before that, we have sort of an option that let me keep options open. Junk food I enjoy. If I can find a way that I can be healthy while eating the junk food, let me keep it open, no? Or if I can find as tasty healthy food as the junk food is, no, I'm up for it. No? But during this time, we are caring about taste more than health. No? And those who care about health, they say that even if it is not so tasty, I would like to eat it. Because they taste health, not the food. No? As we will taste the truth of who we are, we will taste truth of everything also. This is called life, tasting life in everything that we taste. We feel more fulfilled, we feel more healthy in a way, in the way of the being. More nourished, more flourished, more established also. Established in the decision that no, there is no going back now, there is no looking back now. Whatever attractions come, I don't care. No? So yes, you are right. Every one of us is capable of opening the door of truth for us by saying yes to it. No? By saying yes beyond doubt, beyond divisions. No? So thank you. Very nice talking to you. There is a very beautiful um, phrase or portion from the book, from this book Prophet by Khalil Gibran, no? If I remember correctly. He says that God gave us two cups. One was full of poison, one was full of nectar. And he said, do not drink from this cup full of poison and drink from this cup full of nectar. He said like this. It has some meaning, I feel. Because in every discipline, in every explanation, fundamental explanation about us, it is described that we have two inside us. One is dark and one is bright. No? One is unconscious and one is conscious. And we choose the conscious and we remain happy. We choose the unconscious and we become unhappy. No? We need to really see this. We need to kind of see through this, or we need to walk through this as much as necessary. That what exactly I get when I'm unconscious. You know? At some point it will become clear to us that I don't get anything. Unconsciousness gets everything. I don't experience anything. My unconsciousness experiences. No? Because if you experience, you will feel contented. No? You will feel contented that time also and later also. No? Living of life brings contentment, fulfillment. Not only that time, later also. That taste of fulfillment remains, that sweetness, freshness remains in us later also. But we are empty, experiencing so much but remaining empty because we are not experiencing. Our unconsciousness is experiencing. No? You see the point? So that our unconsciousness is what is called the ego. It is experiencing, but we are not experiencing anything. We are paying the bill, we are spending life, but we are not getting anything. My ego is getting everything, we can say like, but ego is not there. It is also not getting anything. No? This is why it is a wastage. It should not be an option really. No? There was a guy, he made a house, and he made uh, three, you know, three water, water fountain, or how to say, shower, three shower. Is okay. What? Why three? He said one for hot water when I would want to drink. I want to take shower in the hot water. Another one for the cold water. He said that's kind of okay. Old time, no? When we did not have that facility of one in the both. And he said, then what is the third shower for? He said, in case I don't feel like taking shower. Those days, no? Is ego not like that? The days when you just don't feel like living at all. But still, you go, you turn on the shower and and no, nothing happens. Is it not like this? Maybe we are just not noticing it. Or maybe we have never lived really from the being, that we don't see the difference. No? Like, just check next time, any one of you, if you're interested in this story that I'm saying, check next time when you go to a restaurant, you go, you order the chai, coffee, any other, drink. Do you taste it? Just think about it. Next time when you go, do you taste it? Because remember, you are paying the bill. No? So you are for sure paying the bill in every way, money also, time also. But do you taste it? Think about it. Because if you do, you will become happy, no? We will come happy, no? From there, oh wow, this was nice. Tasting life is what is being in the present, no? Who can taste life? Being that we are, taste life in the present. Tasting life is being blissful, because life tastes blissful. Life is made of bliss, no? That material of life, not life flow, people, this and that, outlook, no, not that. The life, the very aliveness of life is made of bliss. I just had this feeling to share with all of you. Thank you. Deepa, you want to talk?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
So you were talking to Diva, you were talking to Anna about, getting caught up into the, reality, the illusion, and we call it reality. So how to, I feel that I am actually perplexed between two states. One is that, I have lived it all. My soul is tired of taking it all in. And at the same time, I don't want to give up. I want to just keep going through it, because that's how I know I will know the truth about myself. So I witness, the doha spoken by कबीर जी that बुरा जो देखन में चलिया बुरा ना मिलिया कोई जे मन खोजे आपने मुझसे बुरा ना को. So I want to just see it all, but I'm tired. Can you throw some light on this?
Yes. This is my understanding, that every one of us always have limited energy given to us. We don't have infinite energy. as an individual. When we get connected to the source, then we have the infinite possibility and energy, because our source has infinite energy. It does not have any limit to it. But within that, until then, when we are living as an individual and have not discovered that we are not only an individual, we are an individual soul, being. Until then, we need to use our energy well, because this is only what is going to multiply, going to bring any change or uh, give us access to more energy also. No? So feeling tired basically means it is an indication that this energy that you have is being spent in the ways which are not returning much, or even if in the right direction, but things are not being done so well that you feel that you are really getting some result immediately. No? So this is my understanding, obviously, um, because tiredness basically also could indicate that I expected it to finish very soon and it is taking longer, maybe, no? So only you can know about it, that why you are tired. But the being that we are, even if you can live for 1 second your own nature, you will feel so happy and not tired, at least for this whole day, or maybe whole week, or maybe whole month also. This is your power of being. No? Person will always run out of energy every now and then, because it draws energy from momentum within the conditioning. No? And when it is losing interest in the conditioning, it feels like depressed or kind of don't want to do anything. That don't want to do anything also might result as a feeling that I am tired. How about sit with your being, sit in your being and feel yourself and see, does this tiredness survive? Don't look at people. Don't look for anything. Just feel your own existence and see, do you feel tired? I have never found anyone who can feel tired when we feel our being, because it is pure life. Our being is pure life. There is no tiredness possible here. Body can be damn tired, and yet you cannot feel tired when you are living your being. It's just about using your energy well. Right now, maybe your energy is being spent in struggling with the body mind, which is like totally fine in the daily life. But here in Satsang, can you withdraw yourself from everything and live the truth of who you are right now? Because it is so very possible in Satsang, so much more easily possible in Satsang. It is as simple as taking a deep breath, feeling your body, feeling your breath, and feeling yourself. You who is feeling the body and your breath is the being. And you will feel so rejuvenated, so refreshed. This freshness of our own being is unconditional gift of the being to us. There is no conditions that apply really. But if we are wise, we are going to use this freshness, this sense of energy, to get more freshness and more energy. Otherwise, we are just going to spend it in the tiredness of ego again. No? It's like you are very thirsty, searching for water, you get very small amount of water, and some you can drink, rest you have to use to find more water. It's like this. And if you continue really being wise, very soon you will find the infinite source of water where you will never have to worry about your thirst or running out of water. Water can be replaced now with energy. So whenever you come to your being, you will get energy. Use it, enjoy it a little bit to feel energetic, but also use it well to get more energy, meaning by connecting back to yourself more. No? So what do you feel, Deepa?
I feel much better. I, you are so right in saying this. So basically, I'm tired of thinking mind.
Yes. The thinking mind basically is like trying to live through thinking. Thinking in the mind for living, relating, or planning for the immediate situation of life or present moment, including the future of it, is not really wastage of energy or lost in the mind. No, that's the practicality of it. No, simple. But we try to live through thinking rather than directly living it without thinking. No, that is where we spend energy or ourselves. We get tired, but we don't get any life. By living real life, we get back life or aliveness. We feel alive. We feel more alive, filled with the energy. Like your energy tank gets filled the more you live life. No, so it can be avoided. Like the thinking can also be consciously replaced from egoic thinking to essential thinking, like a practical thinking or individual thinking. No? Egoic thinking is where the being that we are is trying to live through thinking. Individual thinking is where the being is living life, and for that any and every necessary arrangement is needed. It is thinking about that, but only as much as necessary. An example I always used to give is that you are arranging a party. Many times it has happened to us that we arrange a party, birthday party, let's say. You are arranging a party in your house and you and some other friend are arranging it. By the time party preparations are done, you are so tired that you are not able to enjoy the party. Learn to keep a balance now, then. Because arrangement for the party is also necessary because it brings fun. It brings kind of a sweetness and a variety to life rather than just normal life, everything normal. Eating the same food, even on my birthday, may not be that much fun, but also not too much, no? Like that. As long as you, the being, is balanced, arrangement of life is fine also. It's only going to bring more happiness, no? But too much arrangement, not living, or too less living, too much spending ourselves in the arrangement also is an imbalance, no? It's a form of imbalance, no? Which we may think in the long run I will get more. No, in the long run we don't get more out of life. We get so very less out of life in this model because we may, through arrangement, possess so many things and lose almost all the desire or interest to live. No. And that's what many persons have done. They have a lot now, but they don't have ability to live or enjoy it. A balance is beautiful, I feel. So thank you, Deepa. Nice talking to you.
Thank you so much, Rajee.
Thank you.
I'll definitely try to find my balance.
Yes. It may sound a strange kind of thing, but try to remain a happy experiencer, even of the unhappy experiences. That's what the being is, a happy experiencer, even of the unhappy experiences, bitter experiences. Unhappy, not really bitter. because happiness is our nature. So it totally makes sense to be a happy experiencer regardless of what is being experienced. But when we are not living our being for a long time, we have forgotten our nature, then we are depending on the sweet experiences where we feel now it is nice. But that's a conditioning only, that's a projection only, that's a belief only inside us that when the sweet experiences are happening, then I am happy. When bitter experiences are happening, I am supposed to be unhappy. And that's why we try to run away. Bitter being some form of pain at the physical, mental, or emotional level, or stress. Not all the stress, not all the pain is bad, by the way. Most of the pain or stress in the body mind causes us to get more strength and open up more energies also. Some are bitter in the sense that they are just some kind of sickness also maybe, which is fine. We take care of it. So thank you. Very good. Very good.
Thank you.
Hello, Rajee. Ji, I'm very happy and thankful. I don't know. It seems like first time I experienced or felt this joy or bliss you talk about when you were talking with Diva and then with Deepa. The moment came when something opened and closed, but it felt so much different joy. Kind of like open and close, but whole body felt. So I wanted to bring it.
Eh?
I wanted to bring it. Thank you so much.
It's very good that you tasted something. No? Because the bliss of the being is in the being, not in the body, not in the energies. No? Bliss of our being can make all of our body mind energies blissful, regardless of what is their condition, what they are producing right now, pain or pleasure. So it will be blissful pain. A body is in the pain, no? Or mind or the heart, emotions. No? The being that we are has to open up to its own nature. No? Like as if it is living in some kind of blind spot that like you know what we say that the being has forgotten its nature, meaning it has not. How can being forget its nature? Like, oh, I am there, but I don't know what is my nature. Is it possible really? No, it's not possible like this. It is only possible in one way, that its own nature has been replaced by something or covered by something. And now that being is taking that to be its own nature. What is that? That is the nature of body mind. So the nature of body mind is being taken by the being that you are as your own nature. By body feels unhappy, you feel unhappy. Body feels happy, you feel happy. Yeah. In the discussion sometime in the team, I say, no, I check with you that when you are sick, is your body sick or are you sick? Because there is a possibility of opening this knot, that hey, my body is really very sick right now, like very, very sick. But I am not sick actually. Like something in me is just not changing. It is kind of, it is not ready to be unhappy. It just remains blissful. Peaceful, if not blissful. Not singing blissful, but peaceful blissful, no? So we have adopted, accepted the nature of the body mind to be our nature. That's why it is so important to live the purity of our own being so that we can remember what is our true nature. While we don't dismiss the nature of body mind or what happens in the body mind, we don't dismiss it. We allow and accept it very much as it is. Because we are going to live for rest of our life in it. The better we understand it, the good for us, no? Otherwise, let's say your body cannot digest chili and you just keep eating chili and you wonder what is happening, what is that burning in my heart all the time, and you are taking it, let's say, spiritually or something, and somebody says, hey, stop eating chili. So it is very good to understand the body mind, but it doesn't mean that we need to remain in the forgetfulness of who we are, that we do not live our nature. No? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So that bliss is coming from your own being. Somehow you opened up in a way, you allowed yourself to be yourself. That filled your body mind with the bliss, no? Even for a moment. As if we are doing either or. Either or, the ego state need to do either or. The being is inclusive, ego state is exclusive. This is okay, this is not okay. This is allowed, this is not allowed. This is part of me, this is not part of me. No. None of it is part of you or not part of you. It is simply as it is. It is part of the isness of life. The body mind is like this, living like this, carrying some memory, some imprints, sanskar. Based on that conditioning, it is playing. You are the being living in it. The more realistic you are about it, the better. The more informed being you are, the better. In both ways, informed about who you are and informed about how body-mind functions. Yeah. Very good. I feel that you are able to feel some truth here in this sharing.
Gee, I could feel that there is always rejection. I could feel that if I can accept it the way I am now, it's so much amazing. Because there's only one thing which I am not doing it, that accepting myself. Continuously rejecting. So this I could see when you said this.
Very well seen. Because this is that one fundamental thing that we are doing continuously, rejecting. And because in this rejection, ego lives, or in this rejection, we live as a false self. I said before, no? We are into everything that is happening inside our body mind. Continuously, we are involving ourselves into everything that is happening inside us. If we can withdraw ourselves from everything that is happening inside our body mind, then body mind will function very joyfully and in harmony, and we will live perfectly as who we are. And this is going to be a completeness of life. Completeness of life attained at the individual level. No? And this is not going to stop here. One day, the whole of the existence will become that which is being experienced by that who alone exists as one being of life. It will be revealed in us in some way, as insight or understanding or experience, no? So we are good. Thank you. Very nice.
Namaste. I'm very happy that I could join in person satsang with you. And I want to share what I feel about. You said, you always say, uh, live life just not as ego, but as being. And I found uh, it nourished me. It nourished me, and this nourishment remains.
Yes.
Please share more about this.
Uh, when we live as the being, then we feel we want something real. And the mind model or thinking model through which we are living mostly as ego, that is not able to provide us real, real stuff, like real thing, which gives us real taste. No? That's why we seek for real experience of life. And then when we live the real life, which is available all the time to everyone, everywhere, no? Then we feel as if something we forgot for a long time, and suddenly we remember, like, oh, I used to experience like this, like as if like an old memory wakes up in the soul, that how life used to be and how it became. No? So it nourishes the truth of who we are. It nourishes the true way of living also. Like the true way of being supports the true way of living. True way of living supports the true way of being. It becomes like one circle. This is the circle of being and living, not just being. No? Ego is also, by the way, not just circle of being. It is circle of living also. So those of us who are living as ego, we are also living life as ego. No, we are living a life of ego also. What is the life of ego? Imagination, thinking is the life of ego, not really meeting the life in this moment. That's why if we can feel our body, if we can feel our breath, we have come to the closest unit of life. Our habit, of course, to remain in the thinking will play here and will try to withdraw us, like try to distract us in one way or the other. Like we will not feel the body, we will think that what will happen if I feel the body, for example. Rather than actually feeling the breath, we will think that, yeah, I felt the breath before many times, nothing happened. And we will continue thinking that one day maybe I will feel the breath, not today. You know. So this is the strength of the ego or habit. But as you are interested more, this is the right circle of being. It requires only real life, which is available all the time, every moment, here and now, which requires only you, no preparation, no learning, no past. Practical life requires learning, training from the past. But living as who you are, living the life as it is, requires no training or preparation. It requires, in one sense, dropping out of the old way of being, the personal way of being. No? In this moment, when we are not imagining about who we are, or not imagining about anything about life also, if we are individual soul, we are individual soul. If we are not, we are not. No? Would you like to continue believing that I am a soul and continue struggling if you are not feeling that way? Or would you like to simply meet it? Let's see what it is. Whether like a being like just being, or being like a isolated from other beings. There are other beings also. Whatever it is, let's meet it. No, meeting it is what is meeting the thisness, originness of life. No? Here you may feel sometime, you may wonder sometime that I don't know who I am. But it is not a problem here. Because suffering is not here. Suffering is not here in real life. I don't know who I am. Yeah, it's fine. You are just smiling, happy. I don't know who I am. As long as we are happy, as long as we are blissful, nothing can be a problem. And when we are not blissful, when we are not happy, even the smallest thing can become a problem. So it's as if something inside us trying to turn life into a problem. And that element, when not there in you, life remains as it is. It never turns into a problem. It remains challenging or not, sweet, blessed by the grace of God, or seen like this or not, but it remains as it is. Because soul has only one problem to be solved. That is, that soul is not feeling blissful. Soul is not feeling blissful, and it is seeking that bliss in the experiences of life. Experiences of life can make you more blissful if you are already blissful. They cannot make you so blissful that you feel contented continuously, because that blissfulness is in your being only. No. First, let us quench our thirst of bliss into our being. Then let us play with the experience of life, no? Which is going to be like a bonus, like a cherry on the cake. No? So thank you. Very nice talking to you.
Thank you so much. It is very clear, and you said it is the circle of being and living. So again and again, we come to our purity and taste that real.
Yes, yes. Slowly, we need to understand also that what all is part of this packet or package, what all is part of the package of ego. The more clarity happens, the better for us. Because there are things which are here, there are things which are not there. There are things which are there in that ego model, and there are things which are not here in this model. This, if you can start checking the sign, it will be very useful. Based on how it feels in the moment, I will just share some things which can be used as a checkpoint maybe. I don't know. I feel that a sense of natural contentment is one of the qualities or experience of this model of being. Even if, let's say, you have not experienced something fully while living as who you are, the contentment is not taken away. It just on the superficial level registered that, okay, I did not live this fully, but not like you feel incomplete. Like we continuously feel complete when living as the being. This is one of the sign I found continuously. Like one level of being remains always, like at one level of ourselves, a completion always remains, always, always, always. Only at the superficial level, things are completed or not, lived well or not, like this one thing I noticed. And because of that, we become, in a way, less troubled, or or like we become in a way balanced in a way. Like in the sense maybe playful, but not insincere. You know, like very sincere, responsible, but kind of playful. Like it matters less which way life goes now, that active life. And because of that, somehow we start performing much better than before in that life also. Because now we allow, because we can sense that my activity of life is not really a isolated thing. It is like a activity together. You know, like the situation, life situations and flow of life is also contributing to it. It's not against me. It is part of what I'm doing every day. No. And we start cooperating with it, and we start taking cooperation from it also in a way. And that's how it becomes much more harmonious and holistic doing and living of life. More integrated in the very way of being, the core of life. No. It's not so much of an isolated activity now, that I will not do anything in this world, in practical life anymore, or I will just do everything in this life and will not do anything about other way or whatever. No, we are not so rigid anymore. We somehow can sense that the more I let it flow, the better it is. The better performance I give. You know, like more realistic we become, you can say in a way. We are not so much colored by emotional outlook anymore in a way, or egoic outlook or beliefs anymore. Uh, we are able to see ugliness also. This is one of the sign I found. We don't see just sweetness only or beauty only, no, which is the desire of the ego, where it is trying to not see or overlook the ugliness, and mostly not succeeding. No, you are relaxed in your seeing. You are allowing yourself to see the ugliness of life also, if there is any cruelty, brutality, or anything also, if any. Like you are not judgmental about life. You don't want life to be in a certain way. You are more relaxed in your being because you don't want really peace or happiness from life anymore, because you already have it in your being. Life becomes more centered to our being. You know, there's a big difference I noticed. When we are living as a person, we are not our center. Except ourselves, everybody is our center. That's why anybody can trigger or take away our happiness. No? Because it depends on others. They are our center of life. No? As per their flow, it will be decided whether we will be happy or not. In this way, we decide. And obviously, we decide to be happy every day. No? Who would decide not to be happy any day? Just for change, maybe one day, but mostly not. No? Even for change, nobody will decide to be not happy. You know. So our self becomes our center, which is an amazing thing, really. So much confusions, so much checking with others, what they think, what I will do, when they will do, when they will think like this, shall I do like this or shall I not? All those so many speculations and confusions running in the mind, which is mostly consuming most of the energy. They just simply come to rest because it's not necessary anymore. In the moment, we know naturally. And practical life knowledge is there anyway in the mind, which is taking care. And we are not running ahead of life anymore. We are not lagging behind of life also now. Like really walking with life now, as it is moment by moment, step by step. Amazing. It is just amazing. Like we are back to life in a way. So thank you. So it was very nice meeting with all of you. I felt very happy to meet you all, discuss with you all. May God always bless you and remind you of who you are, and you live in the truth of your being, so that you can live that causeless happiness which is present in your being always. Thank you.